Hello?
Miss Lestico, guess what time it is?
What time?
It's time for math!
Yay! Welcome back to another day of math.
I am so excited to keep learning about place value. I really like learning this.
I know, and I know that yesterday we reviewed standard and picture form, but I know that there was one more form that we went over on how to represent a number.
Oh, I wonder if it's in our target, Miss Lestico. What's it say?
Let's read and find out what's new. I can use standard, picture, and expanded form to represent numbers to 120.
I remember expanded form. That's when I was expanding it and making that almost equation, that number sentence when I was adding the values.
That's true. I remember that's the tens place plus the ones place.
But wait, we have a new place value though.
Oh. So now we're gonna have to add 3 numbers together because
That's
we're gonna have a hundreds place, a tens place, and a ones place.
Oh my goodness, that sounds kind of tricky, Miss Lester. Can you
That's
show me how to do that?
Of course, and we have a super great video that's gonna help review expanded form and what it means and how we can use that for our hundreds place.
Let's get started.
What's up, everyone? How's it hanging? Today, guys, we're going to talk about expanded form. So let's go over and take a look at a few numbers to learn what expanded form is. Okay, guys, I want you to imagine in your mind what a slinky looks like. A slinky is a toy that starts out small but can expand and stretch out. Expanded form is a lot like a slinky. It's taking the number and pulling apart all of its digits so that we can find out the value. Here is the number 358. This number is in standard form. If we were asked to put this number in expanded form, the first thing we need to know is how much are each of these digits worth. The 3 in this number is in the hundreds place, so the 3 is worth 300. Now we have the 5. The 5 in this number is worth 50 because it is in the tens place. The 8 in this number is only worth 8 because it is in the ones place. So if we were to write the number 358 in expanded form, we would have 300 plus 50 plus 8. Just like a slinky that we pull apart, this number is stretched out in expanded form. When you stretch out a slinky and let it go, what does it do? It shrinks back together. Let's do that with this number. Now we have the number back in standard form, and it looks just like a slinky that is not stretched out. Isn't that awesome? Let's look at another example. Here we have the number 417. So how much is the 4 worth in this number? The 4 is in the hundreds place, so we have 400. How much is the 1 worth? The 1 is in the tens place, so it is worth 10. How much is the 7 worth in this number? Since the 7 is in the ones place, we know it is only worth 7. Now, just like that slinky being stretched out, we now have the number 417 in expanded form. It is stretched out to show us what the values of each of these digits are, but we cannot forget to put our plus signs in. When you are writing the numbers in expanded form, you need to remember the addition signs to make the math statement correct. Let's move to this board and look at another number. And let's see if you guys can help me figure out how to write the numbers in expanded form. Here we can see the number 324 in standard form. We need to write this number in expanded form. Let's start by looking at the 3. How much is the 3 worth in this number? 300, because it is in the hundreds place. So we would write down 300. Now let's not forget to write down the plus sign. Now we have the 2. What is the value of the 2? 20, since the 2 is in the tens place. Good job, guys. So we write down the 20 and put down the addition sign. Last of all, we have the 4. What is the 4 worth in this number? Since the 4 is in the ones place, it is worth 4. So the number 324 written in expanded form is 300 plus 20 plus 4. We can also write this math sentence vertically. Let's take a look at what it would look like. Here we see the same expanded form in a different way. If you were to add all these numbers together, you would get 324. Isn't that awesome, guys? Whenever you are asked to write expanded form, I want you to try and think of a toy Slinky being stretched out so you can see all of the values of each digit. All right, guys, thanks for being with me today. Keep cool, and we'll see you next time.
That was a great video, Miss Lestico.
It was. I think that I'm ready to fill out the next part in our place value anchor chart with expanded form.
Okay, let's look.
All right, so I know that the video showed us that we have the hundreds place, so we'll have how much our hundreds place is worth, plus how much our tens place is worth, plus how much our ones place is worth. So we'll have to add 3 different numbers together in order to make this standard form of our number.
I remember setting that up when we were just doing numbers to 99, so I'm starting to really remember how to do all of this.
That's true. So if we're looking at the number 113, I know that I had 100. Miss Lime, how much is 100 worth?
Well, let me see. If I had 100, that would have the value of 100. It's not just 1. I have 100, but it's worth 100.
Oh, that's right. I remember when we look at that block, we can see 100 tiny ones inside of that block, making up its value of 100. Well, then I had 110. Oh, and I remember that 110 is worth 10 because there are 10 tiny little ones inside of it.
That's right. It's not worth 1. It's worth 10.
That's right. And then for my ones, I get to count by 1 to decide how much they're worth. So I have 1, 2, 3. Oh, so 3 ones is worth 3. So 100 plus 10 plus 3 would equal 113. And this would be my expanded form of our number.
Okay, I'm going to practice with another number. 105. So this is the standard form of that number. So I have 105. It's 105. And I can see that I have 100. I have 1 in the 100. So I'm going to go ahead and draw it just to help me. I have 100. I have 0 tens. And, I have 5 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, I need to write the expanded form of this number. So I need the value of my hundreds plus the value of my tens plus the value of my ones. It is a 3-digit number, so I'm going to have 3 places. Let me start with my hundreds. I have 100, and that's a value of 100. So I'm going to say 100 plus, I have 0 tens. Well, if I have 0 of something, I can just put a 0, right? 0 is worth 0. Now, Miss Lestico, this is really important. I have 0 tens. I'm not just going to take this place away. It still needs to say 100 plus 0 plus the value of my ones, which is 5 ones, is just worth 5. So my number 105, the expanded form would be 100 plus 0 plus 5. It's always going to go hundreds, tens, ones.
All right, my number is 110. So I know that in 110, I would have 100, 110, and 0 ones. So now I'm going to draw this in picture form just to help me recognize how much this is worth. So I'm going to draw 100 block, and I'm going to draw one of my little skinny rectangles. Oh, and I don't have any tens, so I don't have to draw any tens on the board. Now, when I'm deciding their value for my expanded form, I have 100 block, and I know that 100 is worth 100. So I'm going to put 100 plus, oh, and 110 is worth 10. So we're going to have 100 plus 10 plus, and if I don't have any ones, they're worth 0 because there's none. But I still have to write that 0 because we want to make sure that you know that its value is 0 because there's none there. So I have 100 plus 10 plus 0, and it made 110.
Okay, my next number is 117. So let's see. In the number 117, I have 100, I have 110, and I have 7 ones. So 117, 117. 100. I need to draw 100, and that's that big box. And 110 would be the skinny rectangle, just one of them, and 7 ones. So I'm going to make sure that these boxes are smaller so I can clearly see the difference in all of my base 10 blocks. And I have 7 ones. Now, I need to turn this into my expanded form. So I need to know the value of these digits, okay? I have 100. Well, 100 has a value of 100. 100 plus, I have 110. 110 has a value of 10. And in my ones, I have 7 ones. 7 ones is worth, or it has a value of 7. So my expanded form is 100 plus 10 plus 7. It's always hundreds, tens, ones.
All right, let's do one last number. I have 120.
Ooh.
Okay, so I know in the number 120 there is 100. There are 2 tens. And, there are 0 ones. So if I'm going to draw this in picture form, I'm going to draw 100. So that's my big squares. I'm going to draw 2 tens. So I'm going to have 2 skinny rectangles. And, I don't have to draw any ones. So then, to tell my value for expanded form, I know that 100 block is worth 100. And I know for tens, the value of a 10 is 10. So I have to count them by tens. So I'm going to count 10, 20. So I know that my 2 tens are worth 20. I'm not counting how many of them there are. I'm counting how much they're worth. So they're worth 20. And I don't have any ones. So my ones are worth 0 because there are 0 ones. So I have 100 plus 20 plus 0.
It's your turn.
On Seesaw, you are going to have almost the exact same worksheet as yesterday, where you're going to have the standard form of a number. You're going to have to color in the base 10 blocks to show the picture form. But then, after that, you're going to have to write the expanded form of that number. And it's going to have a blank for you to put how much the hundreds are worth, plus how much the tens are worth, plus how much the ones are worth.
Make sure you pay close attention so it doesn't trick you. Hit that green check mark when you're done.
Good luck, first grade.